Is it working? This is important. Is this working? Please say something if this is working. It's working on my phone, but didn't know it was delayed. I'm the only one watching this right now. Just to make sure it's working and all. Which it is. And yet. I'll just get started. I've been waiting too long. So first step is to actually get the canvas. Because if you don't have a canvas, you'd be painting on not a canvas, and that would be rather unfortunate. So let's use our weird looking knife to open the canvas. And then throw away the plastic because we don't. Forgot water. Hold on a moment. There's at least 2 people now. I don't want to be doing this all alone. 1 person. And I'm going to assume me included. Yup, yay. Is it now no people? Now no one's watching? Yeah, alright. Let's get started. So we have a canvas. This work. Yes, this will work fine. What's it? Higher. I do want to do this higher. There. There. Perfect. Wrong way. still just one person. So we have the easel set up, which is an important step, but not the most important step. Most important step is, in fact, not that. It would probably be the paint, which I have paint. So first step, what time of day do we want this? You think? I've done stuff during the day, I've done stuff during the night, but never during transition between, like the twilight times of the time of day. Perfect. So let's get our paints. Another good step to do is get music, so I'm gonna do that as well. If anyone objects to Jethro Tull, I'm sorry. But just let me know if you don't want Jethro Tull. I'll turn on the music later. Oh, 2 people. Hello there. Blue. Pretty sure that's how you pronounce this. How do you pronounce this word? I don't know. It's Phthalo. I mean, I know it's like phthalocyanine or something, but is it phthalo? I don't know. So we are getting violet and phthalo blue, however that may be pronounced. I'm going to close the door in case any extra sounds get in, because that would be right. Maybe some brilliant blue. I'm using acrylic because I'm not doing the oil paint thing again. That was a mistake. I wasn't ready for the oil, and because sunset needs to have some other colors that aren't blue, maybe some magenta and deep red. So we're going to take our. I'm supposed to hold it like this, but I'm not going to hold it at all because I'm incompetent when it comes to these sorts of things. Is to take our paint, put it on this easel, which I have used only a handful of times. I need to conserve paint better. So oh, the person left. It's a shame. It's purple, violet, not purple. I know it's not. Why are you using pre-mixed colors? That's horrible. Well, I'm sorry, I'm incompetent. I'm not good at this whole painting thing. Where the heck did it fail? Blue. Now, when it's done, it should be a nice, deep sunset color. Emphasis on should be. I don't know if it actually will be. So, currently we're at the hope for the best phase in painting. It's getting the right colors. It's been 10 minutes and I've done nothing. That's why no one's watching. Alright. I've, again, gone with the pattern of using too much paint. And with this knife, what we're going to do is we're going to take the paint and we're going to mix it very accurately to a nice, needs more red sky color. Blue is overpowering. I should have not used as much blue as I did. Shoot. I'm gonna put some crimson in there to hopefully balance out the edit this stuff. But you know, that's the great thing about painting. There's a lot of trial and error. Because I've only been painting for time, but I've only recently, you know, picked it up again. I think I've made brown. Oh well. We can't have brown skies now, can we? In a nice painting. So I'm gonna try to do is salvage it, and already I messed up horribly. So we're gonna try to add some orange. That'll make things not brown, right? Maybe you'll warm it up. Nope, we have mountain colors. That was a waste of paint. We made brown. Okay. So instead of trying to salvage this, I'm going to rinse off this knife and try again. Okay, we're gonna try that again. This is what happened, friends. All right. So let's try brilliant red. More. Let's try more red than blue this time, because I only did like 1-to-1. So let's try a lot of red. A lot of red. Let's try some crimson as well, because you know how powerful blue can be. Apparently, it's very powerful. So red. Blue. Try this potato blue again. Calling it potato blue until someone corrects me. It appears no one is. So we have like twice as much red as we do blue. And that hopefully won't make brown. I want a nice, warm, sort of reddish purple violet. I need... This is just brown again. Alrighty then, let's try more red. If I want a reddish purple, why am I not just mixing red and violet? Well, I have mountain brown again. It's literally the same mountain brown. Gonna rinse off this knife again. And try again. More again. not a good painter, I mean it. Alright, so what did I say I was going to do? Violet and red? Sounds about right. So we're going to take some violet, not worry about potato blue. Some violet. And enough red to warm it up. Try deep red. Hopefully it'll keep the deep color. No, that would make it brown. That would make it brown. We need a bright red. We need to cancel out. Hopefully this isn't too red. If it is too red, I'll add some more purple. And if that ends up being too purple, I'll add more red. And that's how this board gets all messy so quick. You don't know what you're doing, and then bad things happen. Like this is too red. No sky should be this color. Unless it's the apocalypse. So I'm gonna add some more purple. Violet, not purple. Apparently purple isn't technically a color that exists. So I'll add some more violet. Or is it indigo that isn't a color? One of them isn't a color. Guess what color we're getting again? Brown. So clearly I don't know how to make a sunset, which, I mean, I don't even know. Once we just get started painting, things are going to be fun. Shouldn't have done that. Once we get started painting, things should be fine. But I've made like 3 different colors of mountain. I don't know about this. I'm just going to make daytime. I'm just going to make it daytime. I'm not competent enough to make it any other time of day other than just bright day or bright night. So we're going to worry about this potato blue again so we can get a nice rich blue. All right. So we have our potato blue. It's not technically actually just called potato blue. I'm calling it potato blue. Don't judge me. Not allowed. I'm the only one allowed to judge me. There's enough judgment coming from this one brain of mine to fuel the empires of the world, which don't exist. But that's beside the point. Cerulean blue. I've gotten a message. What is the message? So maybe some ultramarine blue. No, I'm pretty sure this is the one that's really chunky. It is. It is a chunkier paint. If you're wondering what I mean by it's a chunkier paint, you can see that this one is a different texture than the other two. So, now that I have these colors that I'm confident with, I shouldn't be, might be too blue, but name one sky that's too blue. This one. This is a very blue sky. But it won't matter that much, as we are going to take a lot of the paint off the knife and then scrape it up like this. You can get it on the knife. Yes, just like that. So now you have a little bit of paint on this knife. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our canvas. You can't see clearly at all. We're going to take our canvas. Now, hopefully, you can see better. Beautiful. This is what no budget looks like. Isn't it gorgeous? All right, that'll do. Take the canvas and we're going to take the paint to go from the bottom glass now. See better. I'm gonna go from the bottom and just spread it really thin with the knife. Preferably all going in one direction. Now, I know my mom does not appreciate this technique of making a sky, but I happen to like the look it makes. It leaves some of the white of the canvas in the back, which I think not only keeps the sky flatter, having more grip later, I don't know, science, but it doesn't use as much paint. And I waste paint like you wouldn't believe. So I'm going to spread this really thin over the canvas, like so. Get some on my hand. I'll wash that off later, like so. Can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm gonna have to switch back to this. So I'm gonna put it down. What I was initially going to do was have a nice beach and sunset, but no, I'm not allowed to do that. So I'm going to make a very bright blue sky and very, very bright blue sky and something. What the something is, I don't know, but it's going to be something. That's the important thing. So you're working on the canvas. It's front. That's fine. All right. I'm spreading the paint very thin over the canvas. Still, it's a long process. Already half an hour of failed paint mixing and correct paint spreading later, and nothing's happened other than a splotch of blue being spread thinly over the canvas. This is why you get competent painters. Like, if this were like Bob Ross or something, he'd already be done and gone. And then you have this person trying to even try. That was some English right there. Quality English language. And it's just going great. Whoever this person is watching, I thank you very much. I'm sorry. Nothing is happening other than this. A Virginia-shaped blob on the canvas. Maybe I'll put a mountain here somewhere. Maybe I'll find a picture I took at the Botanical Gardens. Say, oh, this one, definitely. This has got to be it. Or my neighborhood. My neighborhood's actually very beautiful. I really like it. It's an average neighborhood full of average people. It's nothing fancy, which is absolutely fine by me. Who wants a fancy neighborhood? No one wants a fancy neighborhood. Why other people do like fancy neighborhoods. I just don't want one. Ever. Like, when I'm an adult, I wouldn't want a fancy neighborhood. Ooh, I came to the realization that would not be a good idea to put this on the couch. So I'm gonna put this back on the easel while I'm mixing more sky. Sorry, where was I? Doesn't matter. Wasn't important. Most things aren't. I don't know why this paint is like this. It's just really, really chunky paint. The ultramarine paint. So we're gonna hold the easel. This isn't an easel. Hold the palette. It was a mistake. Like the wrong way. The very, very wrong way. And mix up more of this paint right here. Now this makes a very nice blue, which I have noticed. I really like this blue. Who knows, maybe the ultramarine and light cerulean would work better for a more sky color. I think that's fine. I'll roll it up on this knife. Take it off again. Mix it up by scraping it up on the knife. And when it's not what you need, just put it back. Scrape it up on the knife. And actually, I'm thinking maybe not completely mixing it on the knife is good, because then it adds more marble texture. But I mean, how much texture is actually going to get picked up? You're spreading it really thin over a canvas, like so. I'm gonna check to see. No one's here again. Fantastic. Come back in like 3 minutes. The sky will be done, I swear. We'll get started on the actual painting. I should have did this. I should have done this before. This was a mistake. This was a very, very big mistake. Hadn't noticed. I'm relatively incompetent at this. I've never really done a live stream of any kind before. I've only done one, but it's bad. As is this one. I'm very bad at painting. The only reason there's a good result at the end is because I don't stop until it's a good result. For the last one, I happened to get really lucky and do a really good job really quickly. Like, within a night. I'm not sure how many hours it was, though. Did it count? Should have realized it took half an hour to get the right paint mixture. I need to not try something new in front of people. But technically, I'm not trying something new in front of people because, as you can see, there's no one here. I'm talking to myself. And that must be very, very weird. Granted, even if there were people here, I'd still technically be talking to myself. You know, because that's what you do. Now, I am doing this for friends. Several of them. I'm not going to keep this painting, hopefully. Doing this painting for friends. But none of them are here, so when I'm done with the sky, and while this is drying, I'm probably gonna stop for a bit, ask them where they are. I mean, one of them is out in the mountains somewhere. So that would be difficult to watch this suburban child actually, spread paint thinly over a canvas with a knife. So, it's almost done. It's oh so very close to done. There's like a little bit left. Once the sky is done, don't have to worry about me holding it up because I'm putting it back on the easel for the rest of the thing. Unless we mess up so bad that you won't be able to see the canvas on it because I'll be finger painting a new sky on. Alright. Sky is done. I'm gonna go wash my knife and hands. And I'll be right back. Ow. Okay, so the Botanical Gardens that I mentioned earlier is absolutely great. I love it there. Every year they do a little festival. Hi, Aiden. We have a festival. Every year on the Festival of Lights. What they do is they make all these little sculptures out of lights. And this past year, they did it on artists and paintings and stuff. Like they had some Monet, they had some Van Gogh. This video is going to be saved, so this conversation is still here. There's in Monet, they have Van Gogh, they have a lot of things. Now, one of the things they had was a statue of Bob Ross, and I personally found it quite hilarious when there was this person taking their grandmother, I believe, around, showing them all the stuff. And when they came by the sculpture of Bob Ross, the person said, "And here is a statue of Bob Monet, well renowned for his impressionist work." Now, I'm pretty sure that person mixed up the artists Bob Ross and Claude Monet. While this is drying, I'm going to show you work by both of them. So, I have Bob Ross paintings. Pulling up on my phone. This is a Bob Ross painting. I don't know if that's showing up well, but yeah, that was Bob Ross. Claude Monet, however, is very different in artistic style. You have impressionist, impressionist work, like legitimately impressionist work, like this one. The quality video thing I have makes it so you can't tell what it is, but it's a man on a boat in the water. That's impressionism. The reason is because Claude Monet was pretty much blind. He was going progressively more blind over the years. So he was just painting what he saw, which ended up being very impressionist in nature. So Bob Ross, he was not blind. Van Gogh was getting blind. So that's another interesting thing. So his stuff, he was blind for. He had like glaucoma or something, and it made the lights all halo-y and stuff. It's very interesting when you research impressionist artists and why they did impressionism. Eventually, it just caught on, and people really liked impressionism, including me. I like impressionism. Like all my paintings are impressionist. Yes, the impressionist. So we have this painting, still drying, I think. Yep, definitely still dry. So, in the meantime, whoever's watching, do you have suggestions for music? Because I find it very difficult to do the whole painting thing. The music, it's hard for me because I'm poor, using Spotify, not premium. Um, hmm. Okay, until someone says otherwise, no. No, I'm not doing Minecraft themes. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be doing some orchestral instrumental. Sorry, I'm not gonna lie. Minecraft music does not help me concentrate. I turned it off completely. I understand it's good music, but I get distracted by it. It's distracting to me because I don't know it as well anymore. I'm sorry. Sorry. But I have these instrumentals which are good. I'm not sponsored by these people. I'm not sponsored by anyone. So I can't. I'm sorry. But really, maybe later though. Maybe later I'll do Minecraft stuff. Maybe. This isn't what I'm doing. This is an ad. Perfect music to get into the painting zone. Just completely zone out. There's no lyrics, so nothing can offend anyone. Alright. So, how's a mountain sound? We have a lot of mountain brown, so let's do a mountain. Here, we have a nice picture. Sedona or something. To work off of. Because Sedona's great. I love it there. Alright. I mean, that's a really blue sky, and I think a desert scape would work great with it. Don't have a picture of Sedona, so guess what? Guess who's winging it? Alright. I've never improvised a picture of Sedona before, but it's always the first time for everything, isn't it? So, what we're gonna probably want to do is get our brushes out. Our brushes. My brushes. These are my brushes. I got these. Fantastic. So, it's getting dry. So, we're gonna start by getting the basic shape of a mountain, which of course you do with a knife, not a brush. What am I doing? I'm fucking around. Obviously, paint with a knife. This is what knives are for, painting. Not that I've been so foolish as to do otherwise. So we're gonna take a nice roll of paint right here, the edge of the knife. We're gonna go here. So you can see what it's doing. Going up, very steady on the canvas. Get enough roll of paint up on my roll of paint. the desert a lot. I really love it there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a nice sort of fast deserty mountain, because a lot of the mountains over there are fast, beautiful mountains. You're gonna have a nice sort of mountain over here. Now I know that there are some people that would say, why did you not do clouds? Well, first off, it's the desert, when it was going to have enough rain in the sky for clouds. And second off, because I forgot. Honesty is always important. I brought a knife. Should have brought a cloth, but I don't know which ones we don't want to use anymore. Now I'm going to bring the mountain to fruition without messing it up completely like I just did. The paint didn't completely dry, so that was probably a mistake to start. Because if there's one thing I've learned over the years, that a wet painting style with acrylic does not go well. We have some paint over there. So now we would use a brush. So let's get a nice, because I don't have a 2-inch brush anymore, a nice, this brush. No, I'm not, sorry. I'm getting a fan brush because I don't have a 2-inch brush anymore. This is a better idea, much better idea. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, looks like I've added too much detail. I need to get closer to prove that it hasn't any detail. So now, what I'm gonna do is pretend like this tail of sunset. That's what I'm calling it. Tail of sunset onto this 2-inch brush, not 2-inch brush, but substitute 2-inch brush. And I'm going to absolutely destroy this painting. Because it's still wet. The sky is still wet. I needed to wait longer, but I just couldn't bear to have people witness or nothing. So, have this. Follow what we want our mountains, or mountain lions to be, I think, in a sense. All the mountain lions. If you picture a mountain, you can see that, and it has mountain. And how a mountain, most mountains aren't spikes that stick out of the ground. They have more of that feature. So this sort of line over there is the mountain lines. Now I'm going to see if I can lower this without messing everything up so you can see better. Looks good. I'm gonna take the painting off the easel so it doesn't fall off. While I try to work this. Shoot, that was the wrong way. Although I'm thinking of drying a bit so that we don't mess it up anymore than it already is. Let's fix it easily so it's not all messed up. Now, if my predictions are correct, which they so often are, and we put this painting back on the candle, can't see it any better. And it's light. But if it were dark, you wouldn't be able to see it at all. So, we can should have dried a bit more. And let's take our brush that we've soaked from comprehension and dry it. Hold on a minute. Now, if I had actual studio equipment, this would be so much easier. Alright. So with a relatively dry brush, we're going to actually work on this mountain. Have usually doesn't add. We're gonna fill in our mountain some more. The sky is still wet. The thing about this is that I added that sludgy paint in it. So it's not even like mixing, it's just pumping out. Alright, that's it. This is the last straw. I'm gonna ask my brother if he can bring down a blow dryer. Actually, I'm just gonna bring it up. Apparently I missed a call from my mom. Ask for a blow dryer. Now we wait. So far we have this mountain looking thing. There. Now you can see this masterpiece of a mountain. Gorgeous. Is the music too loud? Because I'll move it. Now let's think it's louder. I know a way to find out too loud. I'll be really quick. I've returned with a blow dryer. So now we can use this almighty tool of painting. So hopefully this will work. There we go. The majesty of painting. Hey look, the blow dryer dried the thing. Now it smells like burnt paint. Alright. Get our trusty fan brush back and do this thing. Poor brush has gone through a lot and it's down. Alright, so we now have a brush full of paint. Water. Hopefully this doesn't. There's not enough thick paint on this. We basically just dyed a brush. Okay, I put the paint over here. So, what we did was violet, crimson, right? We'll go with that. Violets and crimsons. A lot of crimson. So much crimson. Enough crimson to counteract the violet. So now we get to use our favorite thing now, the knife, to mix this paints together. And as was the last time I did this, I did not add enough violet. Remembered wrong. But you know what? This adds this I think is a better color. So maybe we can do like foreground to cover up the big gaping blue holes at the bottom of that mountain. That sound like a good idea? Maybe let's actually just cover it. This whole mountain. Do it right this time. Let's do it with the brush. See the difference between the knife one and the brush one. The brush way is easier for someone of my skill level. How's that? You might use the knife later to do some highlights, but what we're going to do is we're going to want to follow the lines of the mountain. And really try our best. The main aspect of painting is trial and error. One of the main aspects of painting is trial and error. And as we know, there can be a lot of it before you do something right. So we have our mountain getting birthed over here. Some more paint with this brush. Now, interesting thing, I'm using acrylic. Now, I used to think that didn't matter. It does matter a lot. Because oil paint dries slower. I know. Sky didn't dry and I spread it really thin. That may have been because it may have been oil mixed in with like the clumpy one. Because it could be clumpy. So, why isn't this filling in? Fill in. Fill in. Thumbs up with that part of the rock. We'll cover it up later. As if you have a mistake, no problem. Just worry about it later, and it'll be fine. Now, I'm painting without my glasses, because apparently lack of sight makes you paint. I like impressionism, if you hadn't noticed. So we have our mountain that looks nothing like a mountain because it's flat. So, what we're going to do now is finish up with this, and the water mix it around so paint comes off easier. We're going to take our knife and rinse it off as well, because we might need it later. If I had a studio, there'd be a sink right next to the easel. It would make things so much easier. You don't even know. So, got that. But we add some shading to this mountain. We'll dry it a bit. So it's not, doesn't interfere too much. I should use this blow dryer for painting more often. So we have some of that dark mountain color. Let's get a hold of it. and find out where we want darkness to be. Because if we have where we want our darkness, it'll show us where we want our lightness as well. So let's our darkness in the box. I did too much there. Ooh, lightness. There. What this does is it adds depth to an otherwise painting. So I'm adding my darkness first. I really shouldn't be, but I already have the paints done. So this song is awesome, by the way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make up past mistakes. By past mistakes, I mean just a couple minutes ago, and make a lighter thing. So we're going to take our old mountain color, and we're going to mix in unbleached titanium white because I'm running out of normal white. And that should solve the problem. Like, you wouldn't believe. That will make more of a, I don't know how to describe it. Nice. It makes the color nice. I like the color. Don't marble it completely, so it adds some depth. Alright, so let's try this. So we're adding the light to the side of the mountain. We're not cleaning off our knife until we get to the bottom. And if I say something that contradicts myself, don't be surprised. I contradict myself all the time. So we have our mountain. So we have our mediocre mountain over here. We're going to clean off and rinse off. So got a knife now. The mountain's looking now. Could it look better? So what we're gonna do, re-add the shadow that we lost. This is the light again. We're gonna cut it off. Better light color again. Reapply it over here. Make motions of the bridge. Trying to make a very southwestern mountain. I love the mountains in Arizona. They're gorgeous. God, it looks so much better on there than it does in person. There. So I've got this mountain here. What's it gonna do again? Darkness. Darkness. Gonna be another bit there, just after this shadow. For lightness. You might need to make more of. So, yeah, looking good. Is it? What I'm doing is I'm actually painting a small mountain over here with the lighter colors. Now what this is going to do is it's going to make it so that we can paint over it later. Now what this will add is it'll add depth, which is good. Depth is a great thing to have in a painting, because if you don't have depth, it's not a very depth-ish painting. What I'm saying is depth is important to have in a painting. Now, if you don't have depth, that's fine, but it starts looking like medieval art, which, you know, I admittedly started out with. Everyone does. Everyone does. Even, pretty sure most artists don't start out painting Renaissance paintings. Just a hunch. So,
Want a break from the ads?
I would like a break from you,
Now,
yes.
Watch a short video.
Because we aren't getting sponsored by no one. We aren't getting sponsored by someone either. Haha! I fixed my grammar for people to complain. Now, depth is important in painting. Because if you don't have it, it will yield mediocre results. So, that's nice. Getting a nice mountain pink color. I don't really like the color pink. It's not useful for much, in all honesty. I don't like it. But it's great when it's a mountain. Because I do like me some nice pink mountains. Now this is a result of adding too much white, I think, or not enough white. I don't know what it's a result of, but it's a result of doing something wrong. So I don't recommend you do it. How not knowing what it is will help you? I don't know. It won't, really. I'm just explaining that I did something wrong here, and we should be able to fix it. Because that's optimism. Something I'm getting better at and need to work with. So we have our painting here, with a huge pink mountain in the background and the small pink mountain in the front. Now, this pink mountain in the front looks bad. I will say, it looks awful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I used to do when making mountains. Like in the example of Ted, I did this with Ted. I painted a base mountain and then added the highlights of the dark bits. But on my first attempt at mountains, which ended up becoming Gerald, painting Gerald, now we have a nice pink mountain. It was originally supposed to be a nice green sort of valleyscape, but I was stupid, and I made the mistake of trying to do that, and it yielded a result that looks so bad that I flipped the canvas over, painted over it with blue again, and tried it again. That didn't work, so then I just gave up trying to fix it, painted the whole thing over with black, and that became Gerald, the sort of night thing with the water and the blue. Now, I started what became Gerald before I started Ted. I finished after. So that just shows you what hard work and determination will get you. Eventually. So I'm going to clean off this knife so I can add the dark bits to that front mountain. Make sure it's covered with paint. It's fine, I didn't like it anyway. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to use our favorite artist's tool. To dry it off a bit so it's not bad. I'm actually going to add another peak over there. It'll work properly. Now the reasoning for this is because initially this wasn't going to be another mountain. It was going to be part of the lighting of that mountain. But, as we know, I'm kind of incompetent when it comes to pretty much everything. So, it didn't work, and it was a different color. So I worked with it. Because when you're as incompetent as I am, you learn. Make your mistakes look like not a mistake. So, I've made so many mistakes in this painting that you don't even know. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm gonna wash off this again because I wasn't initially gonna do that. I was initially gonna start working on the adding of the shadows, but no, I had to be stupid and not do that. So we'll try this again. So now that my knife is all cleaned off and dry, I will do this. Genius, I tell you, genius. People probably do this already, and you're probably not the first one. Fantastic. Alright. So what we're going to do now is we're going to attempt to add shadows. Emphasis on attempt. This might not work. So I will brandish my knife at you before we do this. So I'll add some of the dark mountain color. Forgot we had even darker mountain color to the light mountain color to make a nice sort of mauve-y, wine-colored paint. Now you may be wondering, how would wine color help us with making a mountain look darker? I'll tell you how. This is a red painting. Wine is sort of a dark purplish red. So this color would probably, I don't know for sure, but it would probably make that look good, which is a no mean feat. So let's try this out, shall we? Look, it's not awful. Yeah, give it time. But don't worry, there will be greenery in this desert scape. Crazy thought, I know, but there will be greenery. So isn't it gorgeous? Now, I'm not going to use the blow dryer to watch that dry. Actually, because I need to add the lighter color again. Get carried away. I need to add the lighter color again. So, that blob may look like it was a complete accident, detriment to society. It is. I made a mistake, but it doesn't look bad, so I'm rolling with it. Because that's the way I like to live my life. You find a mistake and you say, "Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's use that." It's gorgeous. Probably going to cover up that whole thing with greenery. So we've got our mountain here. So, now, let's wash off all the things that we've used so far to make this, because it needs it. Alright, let's do this. I'll be back in a bit. I've returned. So, we're here. This mountain. Now I've noticed I should add clouds. So, while we're waiting for the rest of this masterpiece to dry, let us add clouds. I scared someone off. Great. So, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this knife just a little bit more of the highlighting material to hopefully not make a mistake. And believe it or not, I think we're about halfway there. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so clouds. Now, what are clouds? But clouds. Clouds are, in fact, clouds, indeed. Science was horrified when they found that out. So, we've got two types of white to work with here for these clouds. So, we want nice, bright clouds. So, we might also add some light blue, like a tiny, minuscule amount of light blue. Go with it. I feel like this adds enough yellow to add the yellow that we need for the clouds. So, let's find a clean spot on our palette and not make a mistake. You know that's like our favorite thing to do. Almost dropped the entire palette. Alright. I'll change the music when I get back. Something messed up. Bad things happen. Alright, let's do this and not make a mistake, he says, as he makes a mistake. Alright, does anyone have any suggestions for music? Anyone at all? Because I know someone suggested Minecraft music earlier, but I don't know if it's still here. Alright, my laptop's battery's running low. Hold on. I'll be right back. The day is saved. I have the charging cable. There's a battery technology not being efficient and up to date with how it should be. Alrighty then. Now we can make clouds. Mishap after mishap this day has been. Alrighty then. There are no suggestions for music so far? None? You can comment them, I can see them. Be great. Alright. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take some titanium white and unbleached titanium white. That was a gorgeous sound to make when squirting out paint from the Bible. Now for the smallest amount of cerulean blue. Like actually the smallest amount possible. Wasn't the smallest amount possible, but it's what we're gonna have to work with. Because when you're as awful at things as I am, you learn to deal with mistakes. All right. So let's mix up this colors. All right. Now, what brush should we use to add the clouds? Should it be a nice fan brush? Like this one right here? I think probably that would be a wise decision. But another wise decision could maybe be one of these sort of furfurly brushes. Because then you could just fluff them. So I'm gonna fluff the clouds. I'm making up words here, but you'll see what I mean in a moment. So we're just gonna tap the brush into the paint. If I could show you, that would be great. But I can't. So take another brush and demonstrate for you. So let's say this is the palette and this is the brush. What you're doing is this. You're just tapping it straight down into the paint. And it should end up building up a sort of that, sort of this shape, as you do it. So now what you're going to do is you're going to do the same motion onto the painting. Now this is where I make mistakes in cloud production. But this is actually turning out really nice. It usually doesn't. Usually it doesn't do this. Now you don't want very much paint on there, so let's try a nicer, lighter cloud over here. Maybe we can blend that into the sky or something. Try to make it look like it comes out from behind the mountain as best as I can. Don't know if I succeeded. We'll see when it's done. Maybe one coming out of the corner over here. Back here. Who knows? I don't. We have a good cloud and we have some meh clouds over here. So let's do another good one. I say before I make the worst cloud of the bunch. I'll name it Jeffrey. So, these ones. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our fan brush over here, our nice, dry fan brush, dry in quotes, and we're going to... Oh, that's lovely. If it were drier, it would be great. So I'm going to get a drier fan brush. This one's dry, so let's use this one. Yeah, this one. What we're going to do is we're just going to flirt the clouds. Make them flirty. That one doesn't flirt. This one doesn't flirt at all. Maybe this one will flirt. Maybe the problem is there isn't water. So I'll add some water. Water helped, apparently. The water was the problem. So a dry one does not work better. Don't do the dry one. You see, the great thing about painting is that you'll learn along the way, and that's fun. That's one of the great things about painting. There's a lot of great things about painting, but that's one of them. We're gonna have some nice wispy clouds up here. Now this is actually where I make the most mistakes. Let's go back to the other one. And the wisping clouds. Because acrylics are easier to work with, but they're more difficult to get good products out of. It's like the alto saxophone. I have no joke for that. I'm being serious. It's just like the alto saxophone. The alto saxophone is the joke. So now we have these nice wispy clouds. Now, because I'm incompetent, I ain't putting a sun in here because I don't trust my abilities with a sun. And sort of X motion. That'll show them. And despite being god awful at clouds, all of my paintings include them. Like, all of them do. So, that's some logic for you. Apparently, the sky still hasn't dried completely, so some blue ended up getting on my brush. But so far we have this, which I think we could use a coat of some nice dry air to make the situation better for painting extra stuff onto it. In 1.5 hours, and we so far have some mountains, some clouds, and some sky. Like minute 3 of most painting videos that I've seen. That's something. Marvin the Media over here. So, does anyone have any suggestions for music choice? Because this one person keeps leaving. Why? Every time I ask that question. It's just a shame. So, I guess I'll just add the foreground to this painting. looking thing. No, it looks so much better on the screen than it does in person, because if you look at it, so I'm gonna probably be covering this up with like green or something, covering up this area, because this area is fine. This area is the problem area. So that's what I did for Ted. We covered up the problem area with the green, and that's why there's the green, and that's the great. So to work with. I'm gonna play Dave Matthews Band, and no one's gonna judge me. So we're gonna get some greenery. Let's try some sap green, some potato green, because they have potato green as well. They have potato blue and they have potato green. That's pretty sweet. Should we use some light green? Not yet. That's for the highlighting, because we're gonna highlight the trees too. Haha! It's a lot of highlighting. Now, potato green is a very weird green because it's blue. It's sort of like a blue green. Now imagine if you mixed potato cyanide green with potato cyanide blue in equal proportions, you'd get just the true color of potato cyanide. We're going to add some more sap green. Hopefully more sap green. Then we're going to rinse the cloud off the sap. Nice. Consider this knife rinsed. So now we're going to mix up the paint. This is a very green green. It's like it's the potato green. Now, we're not going to use the knife to paint on the bushes. We're going to use a knot knife. So that knot knife would consist of, no. We'll add backing green first. The backing green is just what I like to call green that's in the background of the other green. So this requires a much darker green than we have. So I've moved the thing up down there so it doesn't get on the table. So backing green. Let's try some backing green. So more sap green, maybe, to make things sappier. We're going to add some black. That'll make things darker, but very small amount of black because it's a very strong color. Something you'll learn if you've been painting as long as I have, which is maybe a couple years, is that the darker colors are stronger than the lighter colors. Now this is a very important thing to know. I'm going to need my knife back. So I'm going to rinse it off real quick. What would you say? Now I'm sorry if I start singing, because I'm bad at that too. So now we're not going to paint on the back greenery with knives. That would be weird. Name one bush that's been brought into existence with a knife. I dare you. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our very nice dark thing, and we're going to take a bigger brush. Now, this bigger brush is important because we're going to be adding thicker bushes. Now we're going to do the same thing that we did with the clouds, but with a thicker brush. What would you say? This is what you want. I think. I'm not really sure. So we're going to add some greenery over here. It's going to do what it does, I guess. Would you say? Would you say? What would you say? Oh, this song is gorgeous. I hope you enjoy this. Whoever's still watching, I hope you enjoy this song. Finish these trees, these bushes. So now we can add some trees. Now, to make trees, we're going to use a fan brush. But actually, what we're going to do is we're going to make some highlighting for the bushes. The light in my eye, diamond in the sky. Oh, I wonder, satellite. So we're gonna take some sap green and some yellow ochre. Now I know this is pronounced ochre, but it's spelled ochre. So don't trust the ochre. Trust the ochre. We're gonna take some sap green, some yellow ochre, and we're gonna mix it together. Now that's just going to. My singing scared them away. Why am I doing this? No one's here. Satellite castle, wind is cold, spring racing. Look up, look down, and look around, satellite. That's the big number 0 I like to see. All right. Let's mix this sap green and yellow ochre to make ourselves some nice highlighting green. We need more yellow. We need more of the yellow. So we can have some yellow in our highlighting green. Wind is cold, spring races. Look up, look down, look around, satellite. All right. Now we're gonna take our brush that we're gonna use for highlighting stuff. This one. We're gonna do the same thing we did for the clouds and the bushes. Let me just spread that around. Now. Little layer here. But still. This song's great. This next one's awesome. This is actually adding a nice sort of velvety grass texture. Hello? Yeah. I am well. How are you? Awesome. Fine. What? Okay. I think the painting is going well. None. had some trouble. I was initially going to make a sunset, but I failed and made mountain colors instead, so I'm making a red mountain. Yeah. Alright, I guess we'll see you then. Yeah. I will. Not at all. Probably with yours. Alright, you're scaring me. Alright. Needle to the vein, needle to the vein, needle to the vein, my friend. I say my head, and I don't believe it will till I'm been gone. So we're gonna make a tree now, right here. We're gonna make a nice evergreen tree. Evergreens, in my opinion, are the most paintable trees. I'll make another one over here.
Looking to make a Zen night at home even more Zen?
Alright, that's it. I can't deal with this bull. I'm not listening to the music on the iPad anymore. Look, no more singing. People can come back now. No more singing. Yay, I'm just not gonna listen to music. have another one over here so it doesn't look so weird, but that one's so thick. I think when the paint dries up faster on the board than it does on the canvas. That just makes things so fun. All right. This one seems to be white too. Let's give it a friend. Small friend, but a friend nonetheless. We have a couple trees now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take another fan brush and we're going to use it to. That was the other fan brush. Time to clean brushes. All right. Oh, there's the other fan brush. Didn't need to do all that after all. Wow. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the highlighting color, put it on this fan brush so we can make these trees all nice and sparkly. All right, hold on. Oh, that mountain looks so pink. Add some flowers, shall we? Let's take some sap green. Straight up sap green. Don't think we have to do anything special. Just some sap green. I'm gonna take a nice fine brush that I think I've painted into a pencil to draw them. So now let's make the nice red flowers. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take a brush. Let's go with this one. Some paint onto the like some nice flowers. Does or doesn't, it's fine. Doesn't really matter. Chances are, whoever gets this painting is gonna throw it out saying, "Oh, I wouldn't want this thing." I'm gonna rinse off this knife and give this trees trunks. You use the knife to do that, of course, because why the heck not? So we're gonna take some burnt sienna and burnt umber, the two browns I have, and mix them together. We're gonna mix it over the green, so maybe that'll do something, I don't know. Yeah, some green. The equation. Now we're not gonna marble them. We're not gonna blend them perfectly. We're going to marble them. I think that's possible to do. So we're gonna do it. Trunks for a mistake. Specifically burnt sienna is the mistake. Made it too light. So let's just take the burnt umber. And rather than mix it with a lighter color, I'll mix it with a darker color, black. So then it'll make it darker. Very, very small. That's what we put on. Not the burnt sienna. No, heck with burnt sienna. That burnt umber. That's the good stuff. Now we're going to use a driver fan brush. Recreate some of the darker stuff, the darker green, which was sap green, phthalo green, and black. Black. Or black. Some phthalo green. Some sap green. Got that. Gonna put it all together. Just like before. Get that on the fan brush. And go over the trunk of the tree. See if this is still wet. It is. And we're gonna put it on there. Highlight on there. Highlight these trees. now let's put some of the background. This. These two trees look really awkward. Don't know why that is, but just do. Is was that a sign? A nice sign. So let's try to take some yellow. Maybe some Naples yellow. Maybe that was some of the cloud, which hasn't dried up yet. Oh no. Accidentally some blue. I didn't know it was still wet. So we have some sun color. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it. This is where I mess up the most. I haven't painted the sun since my very first painting. And that just wasn't good. Like this. So, now we're gonna take a dry hand brush. We're gonna blend it into the pot. Okay. New brush for the sun. Add some more sun to it. Add some diffusing colors. So 2.5 hours later. Very different brush. Rip some of the blue that's showing through the mountain. It looks so much better on the screen. I can't get over how much better it looks on the screen than it does in person. I mean, really, look at this. So bad. The sun really, really cements it as like one of my worst things. I just ruined it right then and there. Oh wow, what a shock. Guess what colors we're going to be mixing up again? Our old friends. Unbleached titanium white, violet, and say it with me, crimson. As is the pattern with my life. Just mistake after mistake until finally you end it all. So, here we go. So, just one more mistake. Alright, one color first. Probably not better. Then I guess we're doing this again. See, I'm gonna want to salvage this. See if we can finish this before the 3 hour mark. Let's do this in 10 minutes, shall we? 9 minutes, shall we? Alright. reapply the bush. Right. One small perfected member. Right. Member. Right into the dark bushy color. This distant evergreen. That away because it's bad. And then instead, I have to use this one. This might end up being bad. Might be able to salvage these trees. And there we have it. A mediocre and generally awful painting in less than 3 hours. Wow, who'd have thunk it? So, I don't like it. I'm just gonna say it right now, I don't like this painting. Problem area for me is this smudge there, and I don't know how to fix that. I'm gonna try right now, though. This brush. I'm gonna try to fix it. Blend, dang it. Now, use another brush in darkness here to I think that's safer. I like it a little better. Not as better enough. Not better enough. What I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna do exactly what I'm gonna grab the bush green. It's as much as I can. Don't have much time. I just made it worse. Not getting it done within 3 hours. No. Made everything worse. Everything's bad. Everything's awful. Ah! Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the highlight color back. We can highlight that monstrosity that we just made. Sap green. Is it yellow ochre? This is. So I think it's a rule now that every other painting I make is awful. This is awful, and I'm sorry to whoever gets this. This is darkness. Wait. I've used every single brush I own in attempting to make this look good, and I failed. I try to do everything. I mean, it doesn't look bad there, but it's so bad in person. course. I made the mistake of actually putting every single. I'm gonna wash these brushes now. I'll let it run. All Hey, why do I keep thinking I'm good at this? It's really not that good at all. It's just so bad. Also, also very bad. Um, Again, to whoever ends up getting this, I'm sorry. Because I don't want it. I really don't want this. too much paint in there to use. Staying here. Behold this. I consider this done. I don't like it. I mean, I definitely don't like it. But I would consider it done. Yeah, I consider this done. So, and there's a bit there that needs finishing up. That real quick. Of course, that is a mistake. Try that. Messed up. God. All right. So here it is. Here's the finished painting. I know it's awful, but it's something. I don't know who's watching, but whoever that is, thank you. Have a nice day. I hope you enjoyed this ending now. I've made my mistakes, so many mistakes. Oh, so many mistakes. Oh. But after that, no, definitely done. Alright, now I'm definitely 100% done. I'm done with this painting. I don't want to deal with it anymore. It's annoying me. I hope you enjoyed, because I sure didn't. Have fun. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. For real this time, I swear.